Record. And I'm going to anyone want to say anything before you mute?
This might be my last class of the year.
Okay. Because of Japan. When do you go to Japan?
Thursday.
Oh, that's funny. My niece is going on Tuesday for a month.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, we'll be. Is she in Tokyo on the 16th? She should come to the Mannequin Pussy show.
Text it to Sarah and I'll text it to her.
Okay, cool.
You can put it in the group.
I'll put it in the group.
I think she has 3 other couples that they know that are there around then too.
And we're recording, so you can announce the MP show. To all 200 of our viewers.
Hey.
I'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah.
All right. What is that? Why?
What?
It's gonna be the last class of the year?
Oh, yeah, I just don't know that I'll figure out the time zone.
Right.
Because next 2 Tuesdays I'll be in Japan.
Wow.
This is working for Google from there too.
Cool.
I mean, that's not why they're going.
Joelle, have you been to Japan?
Yeah, when I was young,
Oh, did you work? You worked there.
like 19.
Yeah.
That seems like a long time ago.
I bet it feels like a minute. I think I don't know. It sounds amazing.
I've never been.
No.
I want to go back because everybody I've talked to says it's like Disneyland. They said it's so clean and the people are so nice.
Yeah, that's what Alyssa said. Her and her husband got married in April. They went on their honeymoon there for like 3 weeks, I think, and now they're going back to stay for a month.
Wow.
No. All right, lay your foot on the floor and stretch your big toe up on the ball. So the ball of the big toe is on the floor and the toe is vertical. And try to make space between the first and second toe.
There's a lot of forest bathing in Japan.
Well, that's true. That's
A lot of what?
Forest bathing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then roll the ball down the aisle of the big toe. So straight line down from the big toe to the heel. Second toe to the heel and back. Third toe. Like a 5-lane highway. Fourth toe. Fifth toe. And then take your foot like you're putting out a cigarette. Go in and out, grind it. Find a spot that's really nasty and put weight on that. Find a nasty spot. Put as much weight as you can on that spot without really hurting it. Find one more. Oof. And then come off the ball and take a walk and slow your walk down, walking heel to toes. Try to feel, especially on the leg of the foot you just rolled out, the back of the leg, the hamstrings and glutes, firing on that side. So as you press off that back foot, you're really feeling the butt engage. Maybe more on both sides. And then come back to your space. Take your fingers to the back of the skull and massage very superficially across the hairline to the jaw hinge. And wrap your thumb around the bottom and rest of the fingers on the top, creating a little clamp, and open it up. Super gently, just putting the tiniest bit of weight on that, on opening that hinge. Breathe through your nose if you can, and just notice while you're here if either foot is collapsed or like rolled out or rolled in. I'm not even asking you to change it, just be aware of what your feet are up to. And again, go from the back of the head, right in the center, light massage across the hairline to the jaw. Hold the jaw and just gently pull. So like pull is too strong a word. Prompt it open. And then we're going to take our index finger between the eyebrows and the other index finger under the chin. Let's do one at a time. So take the finger under the chin, and it's as if you're pointing toward the center of your brain. And then add that second finger, and this one's pointing in toward where that finger would, if the finger could go straight up where it would be. So it's going in toward there and then slightly up. So you're pulling the skin upward a bit. Close your eyes and imagine your skull like a cathedral temple with a skylight at the top. And imagine you were singing, or there was music, there was a very high operatic sound, notes. Just feel it, open the cathedral, expand it. Try to breathe through your nose. Good, and then release your fingers. Stand. Breathe through your nose and just feel your shoulders drop. Try to release the grip in your butt. Let the fascial structures hold you steady. Notice if that sort of preferences you to one side, and feeling the earth through your proprioception. Can you get even through both sides, both feet, feeling like they're holding you up? So Karen, when I look at that right side, it looks really different than the left, like it's pronated in, and that may be pain, but also the ankle can signal it's the left side that where you have sciatic pain. That's interesting. So the right side is the one that looks collapsed. So the left one is, maybe responding to that, right? And then take the ball to the other foot, and you want to canvas the whole foot. So you want to get the whole surface, starting superficially, stimulate the whole surface of the foot. In your imagination, imagine that the ball head were just a little bit sharp or rough, and maybe it is, but if it isn't, just imagine it had little tiny texture to it. This turns on our different nerves. We have shorter nerves on the foot and then longer nerves on the foot, and the shorter ones are better for balance. And we want those to turn on first, because if the long ones turn on first, the short ones don't always turn on. And then we've kind of robbed ourselves of balance. And those get turned on through like kind of tickly texture, sort of something just a little bit sharper or just more than smooth. And make sure you get the whole foot, like maybe parts that you're avoiding, get in there. And then place the foot on the floor with the toes, using the ball to stretch the toes vertically. Set the ball of the foot down and the toe is straight up. And I'm trying to make a peace sign between that first and second toe. And then I'm actually trying to use that big toe to move the ball left and right without moving the footbed off the floor. So can I just strengthen the toe? Oh, I don't want her in here. Sorry, Lola. Now you're here. Hey. Here you are. And then start to roll down that lane from the big toe to the heel and back. Let's find our 5-lane highway. So right now would this be the fast lane or the slow, I don't know. Slow lane. And then the second toe. Try to drive in a straight line, draw in the lines here, within the lines. Third toe. I find it helps to make a mental map. So I'm holding a visual in my imagination of the line. And the fifth toe. Morning, Taylor, we're using, doing a little foot rolling. And then find yourself a nasty, nasty, painful spot on the foot and bear down. You might even consider balancing. I don't know how that feels to you right now, but picking up that other foot or at least getting really light on that other leg. Find a second spot. Bear down. Really get it. And then come off your ball and walk around. Try to feel the tushy, the hamstrings, backs of the legs, that posterior chain. And if you can, spring through the foot. Really let the ankle be as flexible as possible here. And then you might want to hold on to something. We're going to come onto the top of the foot standing. So pointing the toe, sorry, Bruiser, and being on the top of the foot and circling the leg ankle so that you get rotation in that ankle. Just be mindful of your knee here. Don't turn your knee. Try to use the ankle. Go both directions. To scare you, Bruiser, sorry. And then to the other foot. You may notice one ankle, that there's differences between the two that happens. And then back up into a wall. Have your feet out in front of you. So my feet are forward of my butt quite a bit. Lift the whole foot except for the heel. My knees have a fairly good bend in them. So you want to kick your heels as far forward as you can and not fall. And raise your toes up and down. And not just the toes, the whole foot, but the heel. Now just stay here, leave your feet on the floor, push down through the toes, long toes, push down through them, and grip your glutes and release. So little glute engagement here. Squeeze and release, 10, 9. While we're here, let's bring the arms into a goal post and push the elbows and wrists against the wall. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay in this position if you can, maybe even go a little lower. Bring the fingertips, keep dragging the hands across the wall, backs of the hands on the wall. Fingertips come together, back out to goalpost. Slide the fingers up and together and down. So they form like a triangle. And we'll do 5 more of these. 4, try to keep both arms back. 3, 2, 1. Good. Push those elbows, wrists back, sink a little lower, hold. Squeeze your glutes. Breathe through your nose. Try to relax your neck. And then relax your hands down. Use your hands to push you off the wall and come back to your mat. Stand. Ooh, just feel how you are. Balanced in all kinds of ways right now. The feet very alert. And with this, I don't know what the word is, being awake, we can relax a bit more into being. Can there be more trust in the systems that hold you steady? Deep breath in, a little more in, open the mouth, let it go. Shake out your shoulders, take your feet apart, and let the arms swing. Slapping yourself as you fling the arms from one side to the other. And you can move the vector here, shifting up by the shoulders and neck, staying down or moving all the different levels through all the levels. And you want your arms to be as like limp spaghetti as possible. And then start to gently pound on your chest, across your chest, ribs, breasts, over on one side and then the other, and down, sides and front, down to the inner thighs, like bikini line area, and then down the legs, then over to one leg, both sides, up the inside and outside, and up and down, and the other one. Pelvis or little thumps around the back, to the front, back up, and then sides of the neck, back of the neck, head, face. And then shake out one hand and the other in the shoulders. And then shake out a leg, the other leg, first leg, the other leg. Oh yeah, that's good. Pound your arms under the armpits and sides. Other arm, up the sides. Okay. And then again, just stand, feet hip width distance. Feel yourself here. Open the chest up, spin the palms forward, open the eyes, and step to the front of your mat. Inhale, take your arms up, and exhale, fold over. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward, and let's step back to a push-up position. And I have a bruiser on my mat. Oh no. Okay. And then lower your knees, your chest, your chin. Slide onto your tummy, cobra. Now stay here, push down through your thumbs and your index fingers. Squeeze your elbows in and back. Lift your chin, stick out your tongue. Push back to child's pose. Hips go back to your heels, head drops low. Feeling the stretch on the top of the feet, which we warmed up a bit. Noticing that that may feel differently for whatever reason, taking your hips further into the stretch, or the hips are different in the stretch than they normally are. Breathe into the lower back and the lower ribs.
pulling forward onto your hands and knees. Leave the top of the feet on the floor, lower the belly for cow, just letting the chest lift, the belly drop, the head lift. Nice. And then pull the belly in round into cat. Inhale, moving through the spine. Exhale. Inhale, following your own breath and your own vertebra. How are they moving this morning? Are they moving this morning? Make it more fluid. Very nice. Finding a little more neutral. Start to cement mixer here. Letting the belly drop, shifting over toward the right, pulling the tummy up, bringing it over and dropping it down. Keep going this way, this direction first. Make it as slinky, as sensual as you like. And then switch directions. Taking it over to the left, scooping it up, carrying it across, dropping it down. Gorgeous, beautiful. Y'all. Joelle, can you do some cat to that? So like when you come across, look at me for a second, when you come across, can you then come up and over and down? Okay. You might be doing it and I might be missing it. Yeah, that part of it. And then, exactly. Were you doing that before already? Yeah, exactly. Just. Very nice. And do a couple the other way. Beautiful. Good. And then from here, we're going to come right into a 90-90 and spend a little more time here today. So we're going to bring the right shin forward. Let's really get it forward, forward, forward. And the left shin. So line yourself up in a true 90-90 with the right ankle in line with the right knee. The left ankle straight back from the left knee. Both feet uber flexed. And then just see if you can sit there without, with no hands. Can you lift both hands up? And what grip is required? Well, you don't have to get analytical, but just notice that at least I'm noticing my left inner thigh is active, which is cool. Now I'm going to turn toward my right leg. So that's the leg in front. And I'm going to turn and keep twisting pretty far to the right and put weight forward. I want weight on my front leg. Now here already you might feel things. So let's not do anything else. Let's just stay and feel. If you're gonna do anything, just pull the belly in. Drop the shoulders. You may already be feeling the left TFL or sciatic nerve. You may be feeling stuff on that outer left leg. You may be feeling stuff in the right butt. Who knows? Now we're gonna push down through that outside of the right ankle. So the part that's on the floor, push that into the floor and try to lift the right knee. Now you want the weight far enough forward that this is challenging. Pull your belly in and push down and lift up at the same time. What I notice is the back leg really grips. Hold that static contraction for 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Let it relax. And you can relax forward. Here, I'm going to relax onto my dog like a bolster. But if you have a bolster there or the floor there, that would work too. Use just here. Does not smell good. And then come on up a little bit, like a little bit of the way. And you're gonna push down through the knee that's on the floor. So that front outer knee. Push that down into the ground and try to lift that ankle and foot off the floor. Push down. With all your might, push down and lift. Pull your belly in and really get to your edge. Like you're almost sweating probably. And you want to hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Let it relax. Let your whole self relax. Go less at an angle, more just in front of the right leg, kind of like pigeon. Crawl forward and relax here. And then prop yourself up, take your hands behind you and lean back. Lean back a lot. Yep. And then just hang out here. Make sure your legs are still lined up well, that you have a really clean angles. Good. Push down through the back knee that's on the floor and try to lift the back ankle and foot, which for me is my left one. So I'm pushing my inner left knee down and attempting at the same time to lift that back ankle and foot. They are not lifting, by the way, in my case. Yours might be. Everyone's really cool and really different here. So push down and lift as hard as you can. Give it all you got for 4. Really keep it everything. 3, 2, and 1. Relax. And if your wrists are tired, you can maybe relax back onto your elbows, or maybe you're good. That's a little deep for me. Just notice how it is, how the stretch is feeling. And then we're gonna push down through the ankle that's on the floor, left inner ankle. And be careful with this, it chokes your knee. Keep the knee down. But push down through that left ankle, inner ankle, and maybe that knee can come up. Or maybe you just push down and leave the knee down. I don't want you guys hurting your knees if it does hurt your knee. But you might feel a nice engagement on the side butt, left side butt. Pushing down as hard as you can and maybe lifting up or maybe not for 3, 2. Give it, you got it, woo, woo. And then relax. I got a nice juicy cramp. Let's swing, actually, let's leave it there. Bring your hands up and see if you can rotate from one side to the other a couple times. My butt bones are loud on the floor here. Oh, and while we're here, let's do some ab work. Bring your hands behind your head, lean back, and let's just bicycle this out for 20. Getting our abs a little more awake. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the legs to table. Just come up and down with the shoulders. Lower and lift. 10, 9. Nice. Just some ab blasting. Put the feet on the ground. Lie down for just a second. Put your hands on your belly and breathe into the belly. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose.
Out through the mouth. Again. Lift right foot, left foot, and rock up. And come into a 90-90 on the other side. Left ankle in line with left knee. And also a parallel line to that back leg, back quad. And then right shin straight back, right foot straight behind the right knee. Turn a lot over to your left, rotate a lot. And then just be here. Notice your body's sensations, what arises, what's already there. Tuning into sensation in the body. You know, it's still a mystery in so many ways, the sensations in the body. All this time listening to it. I mean, it is a different language. Maybe we should learn that language before verbal language. Push down push down into your outer left knee, the parts on the floor, and see if you can lift your left ankle. Push down as hard as you can. Try to lift that left ankle for 4. Give it all you got. 3, 2, and relax it down. And just relax forward onto the floor, bolster, block, something. And send your breath indulgently, really go for it into the lower back and lower ribs. See if you can let some of the tangles in your shoulders and neck or wherever they are begin to unwind. Wherever you're being way too hard on yourself, you probably have muscle knots to represent that. See if you can soften just through breathing and let some of those knots of self-torture unwind. And the knots of just being you, being me. And then come on up. We're going to push down to the ankle, front ankle, and so different on the side. The knee just pops up. Push down and try to lift that knee. Again, if it hurts, knee down. I don't think I even lifted on the other side. Push down, lift up. Give it all you got for 4, 3. So different. 2. Different body. 1, and relax it down. That hurts the knee, Elena? Change the angle. If the knee hurts, change the vector of your upper body. Come on up and lean back. And flex. Make sure both feet are flexed. That's important. Tummy is engaged. That's important. Push down through the inner knee, the right back knee. Look at it. Push down. Glue it, super glue it to the ground. And then try to lift the ankle and foot. Taylor, you're arching your back, I think. Oh, you're not. Oh yeah, there. Yeah. You had a reason. You can, if you have a good reason, you go for that reason. Oh, cramp. Good. Push down, try to lift that up. Oh, it does cramp. Oh, I know, feel the cramp. I don't even know if that's what you said. That's what I decided. You said lift it up. Oh. And relax it. And then push down through that ankle and see if the knee, now again, don't hurt yourself. So leave that knee on the floor if it twists your knee, or you can lift that knee up by pushing down. Really engage your core. Push down and lift it. This side is so funny. It's how different it is. Give it all you got. And relax it down. Tell yourself that you have shifted. And see if you can come up, no hands, and rotate the legs from one to the other. One swan position to the other swan position. Legs are, I always think of this as like open womb pose, like your knees are apart, your feet are on the floor and your hands are between the legs and you're reaching forward. Hold here, pick up the feet, bring the hands outside the ankles, maybe straighten the legs. Like TT Basana, but on your bum, firefly pose, but on your bum. Bring the feet to butterfly. Back out to firefly. Butterfly. Firefly. Butterfly. And put your feet down on the ground, Baddha Konasana. And hold your feet, lift your chest up. Pull up with your spine. Up, up, up. Bring the knees up and the knees down. Now take your hands, if you can, to your outer knees and use your rhomboid, your back muscles, use your arms to lift the knees up and lower them down. Lift and lower. If you need to sit up on something, do it. Lower and lift. This one burns tummy fat, builds strength in the rhomboids, and may or may not lead to enlightenment, according to some crazy yoga teachers who have thoroughly been discredited. However, somehow still invented an incredible system. Let's go up and down faster and faster. Try not to drop your head if you can. So then I'm using my hands on purpose. I'm not down here. I'm at the knees. And I'm trying to use my back muscles. So the arms are, it's not to do it with just the legs. That is another thing. But I'm trying to really engage the back like I'm a rower. Like I'm on a boat. I'm on a row team. And I don't want to let them down. And I'm going to go 10. So really concentrate on your lower back shoulder blades. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and take a deep breath in. Let your legs go. Now hold your ankles. Breathe in. Release a little that breath in. Breathe in more. Open the mouth. Oh. Okay. Let's lie on our back. Come into, what is this? Like half pigeon on our back, right leg across, figure 4. Pull behind that left leg and gently pull in. Release your hands from there. Fall, keep the legs in figure 4, but fall the legs over to the left. My right foot is flat on the ground. My left shin is on the ground. And I'm trying to press my right knee toward the front of my mat. It's okay for that right foot to not be flat on the floor as you externally rotate that right leg. So we're kind of moving toward a twisted double pigeon on our back. So if you were very open there, that's what shape you'd be in. And you maybe. Interlace the fingers, stretch the arms overhead, reach those arms back. Reach up through those index fingers, nice long stretch of the arms.
Doing, honey.
And then release your hands, keep that figure 4 and make your way back to the middle and uncross. Just let your knees fall together, feet apart. Deep breath in. We don't usually go straight into the hips without other stuff to sort of guard us, so you may or may not be feeling stuff. Like it may not have a story, but just emotion or like a relief of emotion, a release of emotion. Deep breath. As we all know, we keep stuff bottled up in there, and especially when we add the shoulders like that, it's a lot. Cross your left ankle over your upper right knee and reach behind your right leg and gently draw in. Melt your shoulders, flex both feet, protect the knees. Be here. Then take your hands away and let the whole thing fall to the right. So you're in a twisted figure four. And then see if that left foot maybe just stays on the floor with that left knee vertical to the, like, I guess the ground. Or you can let that left leg start to move toward a twisted double pigeon, sending that left knee toward the front of the mat. It's kind of another we'll also call double pigeon firelock pose. It's another name for that pose. You might know it by that. Remember to flex your ankles. Interlace your fingers, stretch your arms back. Get a nice long torso stretch here. Release the arms, and I want you to bring your hands to that left groin area and just lift the knee a little and open the knee. So this is a tiny little micro stretch here, lifting it up toward the ceiling, pressing it forward. My hand is holding the whole hip girdle. I'm just trying to make some space in here. There isn't a lot, just inviting ease, synovial fluid into the joint with a little micro movement up and down. Holding it in a static pose may create, you may have resistance there, so this might ease that up. Then carefully uncross that ankle, take both knees, stack them over to the right side of the mat, and bring them into a, I guess 90 degrees here. So knees are angled to the right. Line up your spine straight above the hips, and then open both the arms like a cross, straight up. Oh. Now, my left knee is now 4 inches behind my right knee, so I have to be really disciplined here and drag my left side forward and try again. I'm actually gonna put my hand there to hold it because I saw what it just did. Oh, and that's like a whole nother kettle of fish. Turning my head to the left, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're gonna hold this one in through the nose, out through the mouth. Make sure that left hip isn't hiking toward the waist, as it may be want to do. Breathing in, exhaling. Good.
feeling the urge to give you all permission to stretch in public when you need to. Like sometimes you just have to pause and stretch because it helps get you back into your body. Find a safe spot and just do it. Squeeze the legs together. We're gonna make our way out of this torture twist. Bring both legs up. Scooch your bum over to the right and drop your knees over to the left. Stack them well. Line up your spine. Reach your left arm straight out of the shoulder. Keep that right leg in place and then reach that right arm open. I'm gonna hold my top knee with my left hand just to keep it disciplined. Look out to the right. Breathe in through the nose. Out through the mouth. I saw some video that said that the moon right now, that where we are in the moon right now, is a great time to grow whatever we're working on. I don't know if that's true. I don't know, but it sounded really good. So right now, as you're breathing, creating more space for you to be, maybe we're growing that. More freedom in the body, more presence in the body, more love in this temple of us, in this shared community together, growing this community, growing these connections. You always hear like Krishnamacharya had two students, Iyengar and Patabi Joyce. And Finley was telling me Muhammad, like the Prophet Muhammad had only 12 disciples. I think Jesus had 12 disciples. The word spreads. You don't need a lot. Not that we're disciples, but just groups with love. The word spreads. What are we growing? What are we growing right now? And that includes how are you feeling right now? How much love can you give yourself? Can we grow and cultivate our bodies for that? By the way, that blabber held my twist open. So maybe there's something there. Squeeze the legs together and draw the legs back up. Let's go back to the abs, cycling here 20 more. Really feel your strength. Feel how the limbs are like secondary or tertiary to this really strong core. It's a really powerful you. And no, I am not counting. I'll make it up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now keep your legs together. Let your head come down carefully. Place it on the floor, arms wide. So a more dynamic version of what we did just now. Legs stay clamped together. Draw the knees toward the right and then roll toward your right sits bone. And then find yourself, sorry, Chris, go as far, sorry to bother you on my mat, go as far as you can toward the right and that right sits bone without dislodging or moving your shoulders in any way. That left shoulder remains super glued to the floor. And then hang. If it so happens your legs are on the floor, still try to have that sense of hanging here. So you can feel your left oblique turn on. You might need to tuck your tailbone under just the tiniest bit. Now, squeeze your abs, find that core, and use those deep spinal muscles to, oh my gosh, hoist your lower body up. So knees come back to center. Scoot your bum slightly to the right. Keep those legs together, stacked.
roll toward your left hip and your left sits bone at the same time, so it's an angle. That right knee attempts to stay locked on top of the left, and your right shoulder stays pinned to the floor. Find your super duper edge, where you're a teeter totter, you're like a seesaw. And then right at that point, your deep spinal muscles will turn on. Your right oblique. What did I say before abductor? Oblique will turn on. The adductor, all the adductors are working with the oblique. Squeeze the bottom leg into the top leg for a little more fire. Mars is in retrograde right now, so we may need a little fire to get things done. Squeeze the legs, come on back up. One more time, let's drop it toward the right. Pin that left shoulder down, left knee stacked on the right, hips roll toward your right sits bone. Left shoulder, super glued down. Hang it here, hang it. Hang it, breathe it. Squeeze the bottom leg into the top leg, draw the legs. Back up to center, shift your booty to the right, knees over to the left. Keep them stacked, keep that right shoulder pinned down. Squeezing the legs together, roll toward that left sits bone. It's not the outer hip is not the destination, that left sits bone is center of the butt. Patches, patch-wise, when sciatica hurts, put the patch on the sits bone. I discovered that yesterday, first time. Or if I knew it before, I forgot it. Squeeze the legs, bring it back to the center. Ooh, hug your knees in. Quick inversion, as at least Elaine is getting on a plane. Take your block, and I'm getting on the plane. Put it under your butt and take your legs straight up to the sky. Bring your shoulder blades under you. Get those legs up. I wish they had stretching areas on planes, but they don't really have room for seats on planes. So that'd be asking a lot. You can go into the steward area, the flight attendant area. They don't seem to love it. They don't stop me. They don't love it. Hovering here. Chest open. Slow your breath. I'm hoping you have a lovely curve in your neck. That's what we want. I happen to have my hair in a bun, which is helping that, my neck from being flat right now, but just check in with your neck. You want a beautiful little cervical arc there, mimicked by the one in the lower back. Oh, so good to get the legs up in the air. Now pull gently on the pelvic floor. Give yourself the benefit of not having all that gravity right now, or take advantage of not having all that gravity pushing down, and suck up the pelvic floor a little bit. So you can tone the bottom of the bladder. After a while, gravity starts to really weigh on us. Literally, metaphorically. Oh, while we're here, also, let's breathe out using our peripheral vision. But if you get really sleepy super fast, come down, because sometimes that can happen. You use your peripheral vision, and I'm doing it, but with my eyes closed. Just notice how it shifts the breath, shifts your physiology quite a bit. Relaxes the nervous system almost instantaneously. Whoa, I'm too relaxed. Okay, I'm gonna bring my feet down because I felt the real drop in my nervous system. Feet flat, and I'm just gonna stay here and let the block stretch me. Oh.
tight here. Just letting myself shift and change. I'm gonna activate my glutes, pull the block out and hold bridge so that I can really establish a strong butt, a strong back body. That I have my own back. I can support myself, my spine, and really do that. Gives us a lot of independence and ability to interact with others safely. Lower your bum slowly. Hold your head and stretch your legs out in front of you. Move your head left and right, imagining the constellations above. Center your head, place it really well and strategically on the ground so that you have a gorgeous curve in the neck. And space to move your shoulder blades onto your back and have the heart lifted, and then roll your limbs in and out. Make sure your fingers feel like they don't have any dust on them, and then bring the fingertips to closed eyelids and push gently down on your eye. This is thorough. Going straight down from the pupil, the fingers go to the bottom of your collarbones and rub there. Really nice, good, strong rub. And then going in about an inch, half an inch, toward the midline with both sets of fingers, tap there. So the index finger is at the below the collarbone, middle finger below that, and then the ring finger. These are very important vitality points that help get our body's energy flowing properly toward joy, toward all the things we want to do in life. Helps us to stay motivated or get motivated to really find that rocket fuel of the body. And if any sort of sense of fear is coming up, just say hi, make space for it, and let it move through and on. It'll move past if you let it, if you acknowledge it, say hi. It's like, cool, I get to be here too. And then let your arms come down, palms face up. Make any micro adjustments you might need. Take a big, huge swell of breath in, swig of breath. And when you think you've reached your max, breathe in more. Hold, pull your pelvic floor muscles up, your belly muscles in, hold, squeeze your core. And then exhale, release all of that. Release the bandhas. Keep going until you feel your belly move to your spine. And then relax. Expand again. Inhale. Really notice the chest lift and breathe in more. Hold it. Bandhas. Pull up pelvic floor, belly, even the throat closes more. Hold. Exhale with a lion out. One more time. Breathe in. More at the top. Bandhas, squeeze. Really squeeze them all. Lion's breath out when you're ready, go. And then let it go. Let the body rewire.
Let it make new connections, new maps. Some of those old knots have unwound. Let yourself fall back into the earth, letting go. You can hear the lullaby of Frizzy snores. Deep breath in, nice and slow. Exhale. And deep breath in. Feeling the body coming back to life. Exhale. Inhale. Begin to stretch your arms overhead and exhale. Feel all of that space. Maybe stretch your leg, other leg. Feeling your sides long. Feeling your core strong. Bend the left knee. Make your way over to the right and cuddle into yourself. Make a tiny little U. And breathe into your back. Massaging your back body, unwinding the nerve complex in the lower back. It gets very mangled by sort of our 30s. And it can start around our 50s to really go a little haywire and get all kinds of weird pain. Send life force energy to those somatic connection in the lower back, all those nerves. They're very important. Our spine is our brain, connecting to our body. And then push down through your hands and start to come on up. Find yourself seated. Woo. You may notice a bit of a tingle through the spine, an awareness, a freshness, a confidence. And let's go back to that finger position at the third eye point and at the chin, sending both fingers up toward that cathedral ceiling in our skull. Imagine light coming through that ceiling, pouring down into you. And recycling up and around like a fountain. You are enveloped in this light. And you are part of what keeps this light circulating. Release those points
eyes are closed, and just notice if you can sense or see or perceive a subtle body. Rings, circles, maybe you see the chakras stacked up on top of each other, spiraling like cones. Sometimes they look like rings or cones. Mine are usually crooked, but right now they're not, which is so cool. Reach the arms up, sort of entranced by them. Bring the palms together and let them come down, a prayer for that light. As it translates through your body, as you put your own stamp of being on it. Thumbs come into the heart, elbows wide from the sound, the song of your heart. See if you can drop into your own heart here. And let the prayer come from there. Inhale. Oh. That sounds different when the chakras are aligned. It's a whole different sound. Thumbs come to the forehead. Bowing forward. We honor everything that we want to remember, to be grateful for, to look forward to, sending love to one another. Sit up tall, and if this is your last class of 24 altogether, you can take some of the older ones online or follow as they come up. And I love you. It's been a great year together. This gets me through each week, and many blessings. I love you all so much. Have an awesome day, you guys. I'll see you soon.